Ancient Egypt was the best civilization in which any cat could have lived in, as they were highly respected, idolized, and worshipped. But have you ever wondered why? You're in the right place. The Egyptians were one of the most advanced civilizations of antiquity. Using one of the most complex writing systems through hieroglyphs, they discovered the precursor of paper, called papyrus. They contributed the solar calendar that is very similar to the one we have today, and they built some of the most famous pyramids that are still admired today. But not only were they advanced in technology, astronomy, and architecture, but they had an incredible respect for animals, especially cats. One of the main reasons was their gods, who were depicted as anthropomorphic animals. For example, the famous god Ra appears as a falcon-headed man. Anubis is depicted as a jackal-headed human. There is also Apis, who is literally a bull. Mut, who appeared as an ostrich, and then there is Batet, the cat-headed goddess. That is why animals were sacred, because they were considered as manifestations of gods on earth. The Egyptians believed that a deity sent its essence into the body of an animal. Due to the care they received, many of these animals lived to an unusually high age, and during their earthly life, this animal was worshipped and treated as if it were the god himself, and, after his death, was mummified and buried in a catacomb. But beyond considering them gods, they also saw them as their housemates. As it happens today, the Egyptians were very attached to their pets and wanted to spend eternity with them. That is why animals such as dogs, cats, monkeys, gazelles, snakes, and even crocodiles were mummified with affection and provided with their own coffins. Sometimes these animals were buried with their owners, including the pharaohs. Remember that the importance of being mummified was made in order to keep the bodies intact for eternal life, since the body served as a physical refuge for the soul, and the deceased became a divine being capable of living eternally. Privilege enjoyed only by kings, nobles, cats, and other species. Another detail that should be mentioned is that if the cat in the house died, the rest of the family shaved their eyebrows as a sign of mourning. In this way, they demonstrated to society that they had lost their partner. As we have already seen, the Egyptians respected many animals, but why did cats become their favorites? The answer is actually very simple. Their diet was based on consuming meat and animal products, but they also consumed large amounts of bread and beer, foods that were made from cereals. These same cereals represented a great economic importance for this culture, because it was one of the products they used to sell. For these crops to yield good results, they depended on several things: first, on the climate; second, on water; and third, on pests not invading them. These pests consisted mainly of rats, so the Egyptians, noticing that cats could help them kill these rodents, made them their favorite animals, because thanks to them they could have better crops. In this way, the cat protected the seedlings of the rats, and the humans protected the cats from their predators. On the other hand, it was also very common for snakes to enter homes and try to attack people, or at least give them a good scare. But with a cat at home, they no longer had to worry, because as we know, they are excellent hunters, able to end this class of animals very unwanted by families. For all this is that they gained the affection and sympathy of the peasants, becoming one more guest of the house. Their domestication reached such a point that the cats let them put a necklace or a ribbon on their neck, as they are represented in the paintings of the time. Later, the cat also began to be trained to go out hunting birds with his master, an activity in which they are extremely efficient. Something you might not have thought is, what about the people who dared to mistreat such a sacred animal? The answer is clear: whoever killed a cat suffered the same fate, that is, and was killed. This law was so harsh that even a Roman soldier was executed by Egyptian citizens for accidentally killing a cat with a cart. On the other hand, those who were caught mistreating these animals were judged and punished according to the law of this culture. Historians who visited Egypt also say that when a fire occurred, people worried about putting cats before their properties, or that it was forbidden to take these animals out of the country, and those who discovered themselves trafficking them had to pay a very high fine. Undoubtedly, ancient Egypt has been one of the civilizations that have best shown us the respect we should have for animals. And they also give us the example that not everyone in antiquity was cruel to other species. I invite you to subscribe for more videos like this. You can also follow our networks for more content. Let's keep the Gary's legend alive.